Brooke Grimsley here live inside Enterprise Center, where tonight Mizzou and Illinois will go head-to-head in the annual Bragging Rights game. As we know, last year the game was moved to Columbia, Missouri due to the COVID-19 pandemic, but now things are back to how they should be, with the game being played here in St. Louis at Enterprise Center. I'll step out of the way so you can get a look at things behind me right now. Things are a little quiet right now, and that's because they won't allow fans in until 6:30 because tip-off for tonight's game is at 8 o'clock. But as you can see, the Fighting Illini warming up for this big rivalry tonight. And like many things last year, the Bragging Rights game was affected by the pandemic, having to move the game to Columbia. But this year, it's back to how it should be here in St. Louis at Enterprise Center. Fans wearing orange and blue and black and gold will also be back in attendance. Tonight's game marks the 52nd all-time meeting between the two programs, with the Illini leading the series 32-19. But in recent years, Mizzou has come out on top, winning the last three meetings. Both teams are back to compete for bragging rights once again right here in St. Louis, and they're excited about that.
This is probably my favorite game of the year, obviously, with the tense of, both teams, the fans are into it. So it's always, special to be a part of these type of, environments, games.
It's great to be back in St. Louis, and I've said it many times, a great basketball city. I think it's a very unique experience to have a major city where both our universities benefit so much from this city.
It's important, of course, especially to our school. It's going to be a battle. It's going to be a war. Just making sure that you prepare for the physicality of the game, the loudness of the game. Just got to go out there and be ready.
Well, it's going to be a very busy night for Mizzou football fans, because also happening down in Fort Worth, Texas is the Armed Forces Bowl, with Mizzou facing off against Army. Mizzou is trying to win their first bowl game since the 2014 season as they face the Black Knights tonight with kickoff at 7. For those who follow things in Vegas, Army is coming in as 6.5-point favorites. So why are the Black Knights tabbed to win this one? Well, Mizzou star running back Tyler Beatty will not play, instead preparing for the NFL draft. And there will be a new starting quarterback. That will be the Chaminade alum Brady Cook taking over. Head coach Eli Drinkwitz explained yesterday why Cook earned the starting job.
Brady Cook has had really an outstanding past 2 weeks, whether it was the Saturdays and Sundays that we practiced during the recruiting weekends, or the way he's put himself out there to lead. And everybody competed for it, but I think for our football team right now, it's his opportunity to play.
I was actually able to speak to an official from Enterprise Center, and they said that they are not expecting a sellout crowd tonight, but still, it should be an exciting game here at Enterprise Center. Back to you, Corey.
All right, and with the Bragging Rights game.
Hey, Corey, well, you said it right there. The annual Bragging Rights game is back where it belongs, and that is right here, St. Louis, inside the Enterprise Center. The rivalry between Mizzou and Illinois is something that fans always enjoy, and which will be great because fans will be allowed back inside this year. Now, last year it was moved to Columbia, and that was because of the pandemic, but now we're back to where it belongs here in St. Louis. As you can see right behind me, it's a little quiet right now, and that's because tip-off isn't until 8 o'clock, and they won't allow fans in till 6:30. But as you can see, they have the Illini warming up right now, getting ready to face Mizzou. I was able to speak to an official from the Enterprise Center, and I asked them about tonight's game and for fans, and they said they are not expecting a sellout, and there are tickets available. I would even check that out online, and you can find tickets for as low as $47. So there's still a chance to come out here, but you will need to show your vaccination card or at least a recent negative COVID-19 test. And Corey, coming up in sports, we'll hear from both Mizzou and Illinois on how important this rivalry game is for them to have it back here in St. Louis, and we'll talk about that Armed Forces Bowl between Mizzou football and Army. For now, live inside Enterprise Center, Brooke Grimsley, News 4.
A lot going on in sports tonight, Brooke. Thanks.